Hey guys, Todd with Peaceful Preparedness and Outdoors, and today we are here to talk about the ETEKCITY 2-in-1 LED flashlight. Alright guys, what we have here is ETEKCITY 2-in-1 Cree XP E 300 lumen 3 mode adjustable focus LED flashlight. It's running on a 3.3 volt, 3.3 to 4.2 volts. The battery is an 18650 2400 milliamp Li-ion battery. The type of bulb, like I said before, is a Cree XP-E LED, and runtime on full charge is 12 hours. The brightness on this is 300 lumens max. It has a color temperature of 6000 to 7500 K. That one, I'm clueless on that kind of stuff, so maybe some of the battery or flashlight experts can tell me a little more about that. Dimensions you're looking at are right around 3.5 inches by about 1 inch in diameter, or 125 millimeters by 30 millimeters by 30 millimeters. The weight is 125 grams, so about 4.4 ounces. And it's made out of aluminum alloy. Well, what do you get with it? You get the 1FPB001 2-in-1 flashlight and power bank. And it comes with a user manual as well. Pretty simple operation on this particular flashlight. You have one on button, which is right back here on the back side. It's kind of indentured, so it can be easy to turn this on and off depending on how you carry it, and we'll kind of get into that a little bit later. But basically what you have is you have that button there. You have your bright, your low, and strobe. Pretty simple, no bells or whistles when it comes to that. You can adjust the lantern by turning it, but what the main adjustment is on this particular is through here. So as you pull the lantern out, you actually widen the beam, but you also are going to be kind of compromising your throw on your light as you open up this lantern part. So being that you kind of have that lantern ability, you also lose some of the throw. But I will tell you, and we will show in some other footage here, that the throw on this particular lamp is very, very good. So not in the lantern mode, but in the strict throw mode on there. Just by feeling this, guys, this flashlight feels absolutely fantastic. Probably one of the tougher ones. I'm not a big flashlight guy. I'm not a person that's going to spend a ton of money on a flashlight, but for the money you're going to be putting into this one, is right under that $20, under 20 bucks. This thing feels more on that level of a $30, $40 flashlight. Cool thing about this one is, yep, you saw it was USB rechargeable, and we'll go into more of that in just a second as well. But it runs off of one 2400 milliamp 18650 battery with the O-ring in there, so we are pretty sealed up against some water resistance. And I never checked in here if there's an O-ring, but I wouldn't gather that would be too water resistant. Back on there, as you noticed, we have your on and off switch, and then you have used that little on and off switch too to pull up that back, and it does sit in there pretty sturdy, so you have to give it a good little tug. But it is attached through there to expose your USB ports. And that's kind of one thing where it comes into how I carry this particular flashlight. As I found by EDC in this for over a week now, is I've been running the Night Eyes little holster. And I don't know if you know where I got this, but I carry this little mini USB cord with me, and I just slide that in on the side of this holster. So kind of show you how this thing works. If I want to charge my phone, Alright, like we were saying here, you have your two USB ports. I happen to have a nice little mini USB, but a nice thing about this particular flashlight, if you're EDC in this thing, you can also charge up your phone. Now my phone also has a 2500 milliamp battery, so this won't fully charge my Galaxy 5, but it almost will, so nothing wrong with that. One thing I noticed about it, and I really like, is when you're charging another device, you have a green indicating light. And I will say it does charge pretty fast. I'm at, well, we're busting about 32% right now, but we will. It does take a charge pretty fast. Now, when you want to recharge your flashlight or your charging device, again, obviously this is pretty standard for most USB rechargeable devices, but your mini USB then gets swaps over to that side. And I have my Anchor battery here, and we're going to put it in the 2 amp out. And then when you are in the charging mode or the recharging mode, it blinks blue, which I find that kind of cool. So what we're going to do now is go ahead and we're going to break, and then we're going to come back when it's dark out, and we're going to show you some footage on some of that. So again, guys, here we go. The ETEKCITY 2-in-1 Cree LED flashlight. Alright guys, so as we have been talking about is the ETEKCITY aluminum flashlight. And I don't know if I mentioned this, but this thing weighs in about 4.5 ounces without the battery. With the battery, about 5.5 ounces. It's quite light, but the thing feels stout, sturdy. I've dropped it on accident from, well, it's probably a good 6 feet, but it's held up really nice. No scratches to speak of or anything as so far. But what I found that been the easiest way for me to carry, and way I carried my other flashlight as well, is in this Night Eyes holster here. And I just face her down like so, but you see that it has some webbing in that holster. What's cool about that is I can carry my little tiny little USB. And I'm probably doing this off camera, so I apologize, but you can see it there, I hope, that the webbing here, you run it down through that webbing. Like so. And I've never had to even think about, I was kind of worried the first few times because I don't remember where I got this tiny little USB, but I'm sure they're available on Amazon. But it was a real nice, just nice to have that, especially if this is all I have on me, which has happened several times with my phone. Now what I have been carrying, my EDC flashlight is a little stream light. I want to see this, the micro stream. And you don't have a strobe, you just basically have it on and off. And I carry that, again, it's pretty much similar in my Leatherman Wave. And I haven't even thought about grabbing my little streamlight. It's funny because you always so used to grabbing your EDC stuff, but I haven't even thought about grabbing my streamlight since I've been carrying this flashlight. It's just so easy to use. Quick flick of the button on the back, and not to mention the fact that you can charge up your phone or whatever type of USB devices you might have with you. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go ahead and turn off all the lights, and we're going to go ahead and show you how this little lantern here works pretty good. Well, here we are in the dark, and the iPhone just automatically clicked on the flash. This was not what we necessarily wanted, but it still will hopefully give you guys a good indication how this little lantern works, because this thing is absolutely awesome. I never thought that I would really appreciate a little lantern as such, but as you can see, this thing really lights up the area. And you know, you're out camping, hunting, I had to change or get some stuff worked on my vehicle. I just hung this from the hood and having this thing on you. Now you got 12 hours of runtime on this flashlight and fully charged. And being that it's USB rechargeable, I can use my anchor to recharge it. I can plug it into my cigarette lighter, all those kinds of things. But that's as easy as that thing is to use. So that's the ETEKCITY. We're going to go ahead and we'll add some more footage, like I said, of how far this thing can throw next. Hey guys, we're out. This is Todd again here, and we're out here getting the footage here for this ETEK lantern, flashlight, and phone charger. And we want to show you how far this thing can throw. But if you pan around here, my little camera girl, you'll see that we're in the midst of some thunderstorms. So we got to get going as fast. All right, we're going to go against the bank of the creek here. Now the CT60 has a nice throw to it for 600 lumens, but it also has a nice flood capability with the size of lens. So there's really no app. This is an apple orange comparison. I just wanted to show a 600 lumen lamp, and now we're going to compare it to the 300 lumens with the ETEKCITY. So, and also we're going to show you how far out this thing can throw. So that's the ETEKCITY. Again, I feel it's not as, obviously it's a smaller lens. It's not going to have as big of a reflector behind it, but it's just as bright as the 600 lumens. So I'm impressed. And again, I'm no flashlight expert, but just from real use, practical use, if you're looking to check out what's in a tree about 200 yards, 300 yards away, or if you want to see if a fish jumped against that bank, the ETEKCITY 300 lumens certainly does a job. Now you can have more of a flood lamp, flood this out quite a bit, but again, like I said on earlier, is as you flood, you're pulling out the lantern. So again, it's kind of a give and take, but I can still pop this thing down and check out my little Cocker Spaniel. And that is on high, that's on low, and the strobe also strobes off in the low. Alright guys, this is Todd with Peace and Preventus and Outdoors. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you like these types of reviews and high value sort of items, please hit the thumbs up. If you're a new subscriber, hit that subscribe button. We really appreciate it. It really shows that we're doing something to please you folks. And also, don't ever forget, always be prepared to live outdoors.